What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration over Playbeat 4 by Audio Modern. Just to let y'all know, this thing is a banger though before we even get started. So let's get over to the website first, just so I can clue you guys in on a few things. So as you see here, it's got a whole new interface. So they redefined the whole interface. So it looks a lot different, and they added some pretty cool features in this thing. There's a free trial for this thing right here. So I recommend you try it out, because if you try it out, you're probably going to like it. If you have one of the previous versions, it's a $29 update. Otherwise, it's $69 or euros. So with this thing, it's pretty solid because there's all kinds of different features in here. So they've got new algorithms and all kinds of just new stuff to make this thing better than it was. One of the features that I like that I'm going to show you guys is that they have this new style. So you can pick whatever style of music that you want. And then it will basically generate, the kits or everything through that. Another thing that's dope that you should know is that it's got 1,500 kits built in. Let's just go ahead and waste no more time. We're going to hop into FL Studio, check this thing out a little bit more. So this is what the original Playbeat used to look like, or Playbeat 3 used to look like. So you'll see here, as soon as I pull up the new one, it's going to look completely different. So you see they've got a whole lot of stuff going underneath the hood. I've told y'all before, I'm going to start doing these demos a little bit different. So there's a bunch of full walkthroughs on this on the internet already. So what I want to do is kind of go through 3 different beats that I made, and then go through some of the features and some of the stuff that I like, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of switch it up. So I made a few different styles of beats on this thing. The first one I made is kind of a boom bap-ish type beat, but it's pretty dope, and all the drums are going to come from Playbeat. After I play the beat, we'll start randomizing and going through some different features just so that you can see how this thing works. So with no further delay, it's not all the way mixed down as always, but let's go. All right, guys, so that's the first little demo beat I put together for you guys today. Let's go ahead and hop back into Playbeat 4 and check this thing out a little bit more. So as you look here at Playbeat, it's pretty solid because they've added this new feature up here, which is AI. So you can look here at the panel, and these are all the different AI styles that they have, from break beats to drum and bass, chill out, Caribbean, whatever kind of style you want. Hip hop, they've got lo-fi, they've got Latin, they've got all that. We'll check all that out here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and look at a few of these features. So some of these features that is nice is that you can either let it play. This is important. You can let it play the whole time or whenever the MIDI hits. And so normally you should put it on MIDI and then just stretch it out the key as far as that you want it to go. So if you want the whole drum pattern to go for 4 bars, then just put it on C and then stretch it out the whole entire time. With this, I also want to say real quick is that if you have FL Studio and you are having issues with this, they are updating this all the time. So this is actually on version Playbeat 4.05. I know that for a fact because I did work with them on some things, and people at Audio Modern, they are trying to get it right. Just re-download if you're having any issue on FL Studio, because it'll probably work perfect for you now. It's working perfect for me on a MacBook. So then as we look over here, you've got different ways to randomize the features and the functions. So if I push play real quick, this is what my pattern sounded like. So that's the pattern that I chose to use on this beat. Now, once we pull Playbeat back up, what's cool about this is that, like, with these randomize and remix functions, like let's say I hit remix right here real quick. I'm going to hit that. And then when I do that, it's just going to simply remix these keys for me. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep remixing it, or you can hit this random button right here, and then it'll randomize it completely for you. Now you have the option over here to randomize the sounds, or you have the option to randomize all or just a pattern. So if I randomize the sounds right here and I hit this button, so there's also a function in here where you can heart all the sounds that you like. And then when you hit the randomize button, it'll only go through the sounds that you like. I haven't gotten that far yet, just because I was having fun playing with this and making beats and stuff like that. And then you have other functions like smart and instant, which just basically kind of change up the way it's going to mix this as you're playing. So I want to go ahead and change this rhythm real quick. So now we have a new rhythm right here. So that's when we picked it random. You have a control right here, and the more intense that you do this, it'll make the switch up a little more intense. So we can hit random here again. We're not going to do all, we're just going to do pattern. We'll hit change up, and so you see how it made it more random, and then we can hit it again and again and again and again, and it'll just make it more random. So that's pretty solid. So let's go ahead and just change it up to another pattern again and just listen to another one of these patterns. So what I want to do here is, a lot of this stuff is pretty solid. Again, I'm not going to go through a full tutorial. I will show you guys some of the things that I like. I guess let me do that first. So down here at the bottom, you see here you have the individual sounds. So like, let's say you wanted to program something in yourself with these sounds, you have that option. So then another thing that I like is down here, if you hold these notes down, like if you push this one, it'll do all the notes. But if you just push down one, so that's a pretty solid feature. And then you've got remixes down here too. So you can push generate right here. And then if I push one of these remix buttons, it's going to remix it up for me. We go to another one. So what I love the most though is this infinite button right here. And with this infinite button, it'll change it up 1 or 2 times every time it goes around. So if I push play, it's going to change this up automatically, which makes it solid, you know, when you're kind of making a beat. If you wanted to record the MIDI out into a wave or something like that, you can get a good switch up. And so then it's going to sound like this. And so you see how it changed it up. So what I want to do now is I want to just play some of these different rhythms and sounds so that you guys can hear a bunch of the sounds, because I think that's very important. So I'm just going to play this little beat that I have, and I'm just going to go through a bunch of their kits. On this one, I'm just going to go through boom bap, and I'm going to go through lo-fi beats, because that's kind of what this is right here. So let's just go ahead and go to the next sound. I'm just going to push play, and I'm just going to keep going through these at random. Now with this too, something that I didn't mention is you have density, so you can make your rolls, you can change the pitch on your sound, you got volume, you got pan. What's cool about this version of Playbeat, obviously you can import your sounds and you can export packs. So you can make like different, you know, drum loops and stuff like that, and you can export your packs. You can sell them if you want to. You can save them if you want to. You can give them away free if you want to. Let me know down in the comment if you guys want me to make another pack, because I did make a pack for Playbeat 3 that is free. You can go get it off the site, and you can use it in here too as well. Something that's solid about this is, since you have the different genres and the different styles, you've got a bunch of different samples, and you can search through the samples. Like, let's say I want vocals, because they got vocal chops in here now too. So like, let's say I wanted a vocal. Now, even though this is A minor, you can make it go up and down, you know what I'm saying, a note or whatever, a pitch or whatever. So you can make it a C, a D, whatever it is that you want to make it, which is pretty solid. But you got a lot of stuff. You've got some melodic stuff in here. Melodic. So you got some melodic stuff in here. You've got 808s in here now, which is solid. You know, I don't think there was 808s in the last one. I could be wrong, but I don't think there was 808s in there. got a bunch of them. So ultimately, you got a whole bunch of different sounds in here in which you can use. So now I want to show you guys the second little sample beat that I made. This is like a house beat. And then I'm going to go through some of the different kits and stuff in the house sounds so that you guys can hear what those sound like as well. So this isn't all the way mixed down as well, but let's go. All right, guys, so that's the second little sample beat that I hopped into. Let's go ahead, hop right back into Playbeat. Check this out a little bit more. So as you guys can see here, this is kind of the rhythm and everything that I had on this one. The more that you use this is very important for me to say, the more that you use this, the more that the AI is going to work, because it's going to get more familiar with your style and what you like to do. So it's going to start putting together rhythms and stuff like that that you like. So let me go ahead and mute everything else but Playbeat for a second. And this is kind of what that sounded like. So let's go ahead and turn everything back on. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go through some of the random clips and some of the random kits that they have put together real quick. So let's go ahead and go to the next kit and just push play. Now, as you're hearing some of the melodic stuff, it's going to sound a little bit off because I didn't go in and pitched everything up and down. So everything's not in key clearly, as you can hear. It's not the fault of the plugin. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going through these sounds at random, and it's, you know, some things aren't going to be in the key of E of this house beat. All right, guys, so now what I want to do is I want to show you this new AI feature. So when we come up here to the top, we click this AI, we turn it on. Let's go find, you know what I'm saying, some hip hop and see what we get over here. So boom, let's hit this arrow right here. We'll hit this. And now we have something that's similar to something that's hip hop. And so we can randomize it again. And so again, remember, the more that you use it, the more that it's going to work. So let's go ahead and find one more genre real quick. Let's go ahead and mess with this Latin because I don't know nothing about no Latin. So boom, we're going to hit Latin. We're going to take hip hop off here. We're going to come back up here, push play. So that's pretty solid right there. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is I actually pulled up and Spawn, and I was like, let me spawn something with Spawn. Let me get some AI and see what AI sounds like with the AI drums. So this was what the melody in Spawn sounded like by itself. And then I didn't know what I was going to do with this. And once I put Playbeat on there, I got it to sound like. kind of fire to me, you know? All right, so now let's just check out a couple more presets and see what they sound like. So let's look at a different genre real quick. So we've got trap. Let's go ahead and hit this trap real quick and then see what we can get with this. I mean, in my opinion, I think this thing is solid. I would rock with it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's going to be hit or miss, what you're going to get when you hit randomize or whatever it is. But with 1,500 kits in here, I think the sounds are good. You're going to be able to find whatever kick drum you want in here. You're going to find whatever snare you want in here, whatever hi-hat you want in here. And you can import your sounds and everything like that. Again, if you already have Playbeat 3, I would recommend upgrading to this because just to be real with you, I'm always going to use this over Playbeat 3. It's solid for 29. And if you don't have something like this for the 69, I think that it's a solid deal too. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.